Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going through my SuperCoach team reveal or trades for round 5, as we are definitely gaining ground back on the community and everyone else, as I have almost halved, it was close, my rank in the last little bit, and we're looking at doing trades just to get back up the table here. Just looking at some of the projections, obviously we have some injuries to deal with that will keep some players out, but we do have some players back available in that of Lindsay, which should help out the projections there a little bit, I would say. As Lindsay projected a 49 is obviously going to outscore O'Driscoll, who was projected an 86 because O'Driscoll is out injured. He's out for 46 weeks, so we got to change that around. So I actually haven't done my trades at the moment of recording this, so you guys get to see the live trades. Obviously going to put the captaincy on Sarong. I do have Dawson for tonight with the Geelong midfield that I could go to and turn to. I do also have Bailey Smith VC that will probably be changed awfully late tonight if we do see Pitnet in the side against West Coast, because that would kill off TDK. But I'm hoping Voss isn't that dumb, because TDK has won 3 out of the 4 ruck battles that he's had, and Pitnet isn't going to do anything in the ruck battles. So hopefully TDK holds, but we never know with Voss. He could just do something really dumb. Because they're shining light at the moment for Carlton's winning most of the ruck battles. Outside of that, they're losing most things week on week. But anyway, we go into the trades. O'Driscoll must be a trade out. And then my decision this week, and I kind of alluded to it in the live stream on Monday and in the trade targets, is going both of these, going big. And really, a lot of people at the moment are trying with these sort of 200, 300k guys in SuperCoach. These Mareks, Humphreys, remember Fraser early on, but Fraser early on, that was kind of a lot more, could have gone there rather than shouldn't have, or whatever you want to call it. But the big question here is, and I kind of mentioned it, I think, in my trade targets video for SuperCoach, is how do I get to Nick Dacos? In 2 weeks' time, I want him after Brisbane, because he's going to do well against Brisbane, and that's going to be his bottom out against Brisbane at roughly 540, 530k, somewhere around that. If we go to Dacos, 582k at the moment. We go to here, you can see this is for fantasy, but if we go to the likes of the SuperCoach price projector and we put in Nick Dacos here, if we go to Nick Dacos, and then we go against Sydney, he's most likely going to drop 75, I think is realistic against the James Jordan tag. But against Brisbane, he's most likely to drop like a 110, given his metrics against Brisbane. If we just go here and we open up a new tab and I'll show you his SuperCoach against Brisbane, it's actually not the worst. If we go to Brisbane, he's averaging a 116 SuperCoach, gets him with a top of 151. In the last 2 years against Brisbane, he's gone 127.5, and in the regular season against Brisbane, he's gone 126. So I don't think it's too mad to say he's going to go. We'll even put a 120 here. But then the next week against, is it Freo he has the week after? Let's just double check this. I'll do it through Josh. It doesn't matter too much. He's got Essendon the week after. If we go to Nick Dacos against Essendon, where is Essendon? He averages 103 against them with the 145 as his top, and he went at 92 against them last year. I expect Essendon to actually be worse than what they were last year. You can see that he put up a 125 and a 1. If we actually look at his around against them in Anzac Day the last couple of years, he's gone 136.5. So I still think he can put up a 120. What's his sort of when he breaks even? So if he breaks even at about 115, I think that is somewhat realistic. So somewhere 115 plus is somewhere that I think he goes, especially with Caldwell out. There's less tagging ability or run with roll in that Essendon midfield. because they're either going to put in Parrish or Sardis, and I don't think Hobbs makes it there. Perkins, I don't think can do that role there anyway. So it's basically Durham and Durham himself that can run with and tag. So that means it's a lot easier for the likes of Nick Dacos, I feel like, to get those cheap possessions. And all he needs is his disposal efficiency, basically, because he's going to have 20. And 20 at a decent enough disposal efficiency for what he does is still going to generate 90 plus. I feel like, so yeah, that's why I think 120 is somewhat realistic there against Essendon, given their midfield makeup. And that puts him already around 555 to 560k is roughly where we see Nick Dacos landing if he goes 120 against Brisbane. So 550k. Against Brisbane. And this is why I say that, and I put this in the group chat last night, a group chat being like, my trades might actually somewhat depend on what Nick Dacos does against Sydney, because I don't have much movement needed. So it could depend on if I get a forward or a midfield or a defender, could depend on who I grab, how Nick Dacos does and how his price projection is projecting, I would say is probably the best way to put it. Because if he goes low against Sydney, I might just grab the midfielder and just go, yep, I can grab a defender next week or something like that. And Nick Dacos will come in the week after, etc. for a boot, the last boost that I have. And then I'd have, at that point, I'd have Clayton Oliver at M6, I think, would be the plan with Dacos in the mix, which is a really, really good midfield. And then I'd have two rookies in the back line, or maybe... I'd probably have still two rookies in the back line or something, and then two rookies in the forward line. I'd still have, I think, 6 rookies on field, which is quite a lot. But anyway, there'd be still really good rookies in Lindsay, Sardis, Ashcroft, potentially. But yeah, we'll see about that. So Josh Dunkley is definitely a guy that I've looked at a lot. If we go to averages as well, there's some guy down here called Zach Merritt that's pretty good at footy as well, and he's got the Melbourne matchup. If we go to this and we go and we look at the SuperCoach best midfield, if we just go to here, actually, DV, season long DV, and then we go to the inside mids, because this is where we're really hunting. If we look season long, Essendon have the best, but if we just look, especially for the next sort of 6 to 8 weeks, it's something that I really want to target for these guys. If we look at this and we go, who's got the best? It's Hawthorn this week, but they have a horrific matchup. But it's Essendon next. So that means Merritt's. If you look at that midfield matchup, other than Sydney, and Sydney still work through a tag, and it feels like they could. I wonder what they'll go there, but it feels like he should still be able to work through a tag there. He has got an absolute brilliant lineup for like 6-7 straight weeks. So I'm going. He should have actually been in my trade targets video. But yeah, I'm going Zach Merritt. I just think the role is there for him. If I just quickly go to Zach Merritt here, we go to Merritt there. That should load him up. If we go to Merritt, in his last couple of weeks, he's gone. And yeah, look at that. His disposal efficiency is still getting tons with 58% disposal efficiency. He had that big 4-goal 130 odd. 145 with 36 touches is what I meant. Yeah, so I'm looking at that and going, he could be absolutely huge. He's done 100% CBAs before, but yeah, if we just look at this run, when he does have decent CBAs, when he goes above 55%, when he goes above 60% CBAs, you'll just see his run that looks quite ridiculous when he does, but I'm pretty sure he does that semi-regularly. If we just go here, and then we look at this as well, you'll see that he did it the whole of last year. But if you look at that, then he averages 116. That's a really, really good number. We will see these top guys come down to earth, I feel like, a little bit. I know Merritt has a big-ish break-even. I don't know what exactly it is, but I'm pretty sure it's 114. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. He comes up against arguably the best midfield matchup. I think he does really, really well. Then you've got... So that leaves me, and I'm going to just put in the other guy here, the rookie that I'm going to bring in. He's the obvious one. A lot of people still hadn't brought in Bice, but yeah, the obvious rookie trade in this week is Clay Hall. They dropped the likes of Tim Kelly, so that means that Clay Hall's going to get a fair run at it, you would expect. And yeah, I'm just thinking in my head, can I do Merritt and Hall from could I hold a Rosie for another week is a big question. Who do the Port Adelaide Power have? They've got Hawthorn. Hawthorn is one of the most restrictive midfields, I'm pretty sure, if I just remember correctly. Let me just go to the SuperCoach midfield. Defense first position, and then we go last 10 SuperCoach, and we'll just double check. Inside mids, you've got Hawthorn bottom 3, and then last 5, you've got Hawthorn at minus 1.38, so they're still very restrictive. If I just double check with Rosie's SuperCoach scoring against Hawthorn, let's just double check and just hope he doesn't go nuts against Hawthorn. He averages a 78 against Hawthorn with a 107 as his top, and he had a 48 a couple years ago. But when he does major CBAs, he goes 102. That's not damaging, and he's got like a 140 something break even, I swear. So let's just put him back, and then we just go here and just check what's his break even. It's a 166. He's gonna lose massive cash. So yeah, he's out. And then this is where I come back to Nick Dacos' score could influence this, and just trying to get him as the next upgrade, because if you look at my side, I don't really have too much of an upgrade next week, other than probably Roberts and a Pryor or a Trainer or a Max Hall or something like that next week. That's my only real upgradable asset next week. I may even hold my trades next week just to wait a week to let the rookies really increase in price, because yeah, Roberts is the last guy. Maybe I upgrade like a Clayton Oliver, but yeah, I also do have I'll have 120k left over, which could get me close to the guys that I want anyway. But if I wanted to get a defender in, it would be Whitfield. Like that's obvious. If I wanted to get a midfielder in, it would be a Dunkley, I want to say. It's probably the midfielder that I get in, as I think my mic just decided to drop a little bit. But anyway, yeah, so Sinclair would be used as the way around to get that easily. And it all depends on the likes of Nick Dacos' score. So yeah, I would probably put Whitfield in, because basically it's a discussion on, do I want Dunkley or do I want Whitfield? And yeah, don't know whether I want to wait a week on Whitfield. And yeah, this will kind of depend on what Dacos' score. If Dacos scores a sub 70 score, then I'll probably just get Dunkley and wait another week, because I can get him up in a couple of weeks with a big boost of three rookies. But if Dacos scores 100 or 110 and I need to get him in a couple of weeks time, then I'd probably get the defender this week in Whitfield. So anyway, let's just go with Josh Dunkley at the moment, and you'll see I've actually got 121k. So I could do Roberts to Whitfield next week anyway, or Roberts to a midfielder, etc. Roberts to the opposite of what I go this week. And then that would have me with a 4-string, 4 in the defenders, 4 top guys in the midfield, and then the 2 top-ish rucks, and then 4 in the defense. So I'd have still Oliver, could be not, but probably won't be. But I'd still have 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9 upgrades to do with 28 trades. It's getting tight, but obviously we have that extra guy, so don't expect too many here. Too many primos on the bench. It would be more mid prices, etc. But yeah, that's sort of where I'm going with it. Sarong and DeConing with the VC and captaincy on them. Depending on DeConing's, if Pitnet is named, then we still go Sarong captaincy, and I think we go with Dunkley. No, not Dunk. Who does Dunkley have? He's got Western Bulldogs. That's still a juicy matchup, but probably Merritt, I would say, is the best one. I know he's got Spargo, but Spargo's not going to do anything in that midfield. Spargo can't play really on ball, can he, that well? I think Spargo's just there for the outside runner to tag. But yeah, that's kind of how I line it up at the moment. And who do you choose out of Trainer and Reed to go on field? Reed has Melbourne. Trainer has Freo. Let's go to this one, is it? And go somewhat to Desi kickers. You've got Freo give up some points to Desi kickers, whereas Melbourne are kind of in the middle. Then we go just to general defenders as well. You've got Melbourne up there as well. Freo down at just negative. And yeah, so that is kind of a toss of a coin. Let's see who's averaging more. You kind of put Trainer. Let's just see his scoring. He's gone 50, 24, 90, 82. Zach Reed's gone 45, 36, 88. And then Jackson Pryor, no. So I'd probably go Trainer on field over the likes of Zach Reed at the moment. That gets me to 21, 86. And that's probably almost my best that I can do at the... Oh, you know what I can do actually? Moreira's off. And then also Stardust for Henderson, and that should up the scoring. It somehow doesn't. I don't know why that doesn't. It's got, what's it got? It's got him priced at 41, 47, Moreira's 50, Lindsay 49. I don't know why that's sort of gone down like 80 or something, but we'll see just if I can do something like that there. Why does that not, does it not take into... Oh, it says Sardis is injured and stuff like that. So it says that he won't score, but we know he will. So it says it thinks that I've only got 21 players when in reality I've got 23. But anyway, I think that's just going to be the video there. There could be actually, if Camporelli's out, there could be a looping option through there. But yeah, just hoping that guys like Henderson with 29 break even, probably a guy to go next week. To a potential downgrade. Hall's probably only got a week or two left of cash gen you would expect. And Hewitt coming back for round 6 we expect. Hopefully he can get another boost in cash generation there. But anyway, that is the video there. Kind of forced trade outs and yeah, massive upgrading this week in SuperCoach. If you guys did enjoy that video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload. If you are listening on Spotify, give me a follow and a rating over there, and I'll see you guys back for the tips video later. Bye guys.